Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Coffee with Father James. I have a very unique mug to reveal to you today. It's my newest mug. It was given to me as of when we're shooting. It was given to me, 5 days ago. Yeah, it's a mosquito, I know, with very strange words underneath. So I have to explain this. Now, as of the time we're shooting this, last week I was at a Divine Renovation Conference in England, in the UK. Many of you know that this is a ministry that a group of us founded about 8 years ago. And we work with parishes throughout the world to help them to renew. We do a lot of webinars and conferences and books and coaching of priests. So last week we were in the UK and we had a conference in a town called Harrogate in England, and there were 850 participants. It was an amazing experience. But 200 priests and we lived in bishops, and it was just a wonderful, wonderful experience. Anyway, there were people from 19 countries, and this lady came up and gave me a box, a gift, and I opened it up, and this is what she gave me. And I found out as well, there's actually a lot of people watch Coffee with Father James. In fact, so many people told me they watch Coffee with Father James. I wonder if there are any parishioners who actually watch this. Only kidding. I know there are. But so I was given this, and there's a story behind this. Now, we have a parishioner. This writing is in Slovakian, and it komari su strashny. It means the mosquitoes are bad. Now, there's an explanation of this. So many years ago, I met a young man around a campfire when I was involved in youth ministry, and he was from Slovakia, and his name was Lucian. In fact, the same Lucian who comes to our parish because he settled down here with his wife. Many of you will know him. And Lucian, if you're watching, this is all because of you. So we were sitting around this campfire, and I was getting bit by mosquitoes, and I asked him, how do you say in Slovakian the mosquitoes are bad? And he said, komari su strashny. And for some reason, I never forgot that. And so I know it's kind of weird, but every time I would meet someone from Slovakia, I'd say, oh, komari su strashny. They always look at me like, this guy's crazy. So I think the lady who gave me this, I must have met her at a previous event and said, komari su strashny. So imagine my surprise when I open up this box and there's a mosquito with komari su strashny on it. So it's a little bit of a story. Now, why am I telling you it? Well, I have to explain my coffee mug. I wanted to use my newest and greatest coffee mug, but I also wanted to tell you a little bit about the catholicity of our church. Catholicity is a word that means universal, the whole, according to the whole. It's one of the gifts of being Catholic, is we're not defined by a particular language or a particular ethnicity or culture or nation. We share so much in common, and I saw that last week when we had this Divine Renovation Conference. We see it every week when we gather for the Eucharist in our parish. We see people of every tribe and nation gathered, people from countries all over the world. We gather right here at our own parish for Sunday Eucharist, even weekday Mass as well. I'm telling you this story because I wanted to tell you a little bit about Divine Renovation Ministry, because it's connected to a new development that's going to impact our parish. Here's the news. We are going to be welcoming in mid-August a new member to our parish staff, and his name is James Alackle. And here's a picture of James. He's fairly recently married with a beautiful little child. Some of you, in fact, may have already met him because he's been coming to Mass at our parish for about a month now, since he and his family moved to Dartmouth. James is going to be a full-time staff member working in our parish, but he's actually employed not by the parish, but by Divine Renovation Ministry. So he's full-time with Divine Renovation Ministry, seconded to our parish, working full-time in our parish. So what is behind this? James is originally from Kerala in India. That's right, the same Kerala where a lot of the young families and young couples in our parish are from. And he is also one of the leaders in a movement called Jesus Youth, which was an evangelistic movement in southern India that is now all over the world. They have 40,000 members around the world. And Jim's is actually the head of Jesus Youth Canada. So for the last 8 months or so, he's been offering volunteering full-time to serve in that movement and traveling all over Canada, helping put groups together and support people in leadership. And Jim's he used to work in a diocese out west. He moved to Nova Scotia to follow a certain young lady whom he married. And he's been living in Kentville up until about a month ago when he moved to Dartmouth. And so one of the connecting points is that Divine Renovation is, I won't get into the details, but is connected with Jesus Youth and is going to be collaborating. We're working on a collaboration with Jesus Youth. And because of certain avenues, we get connected with Jim's. Anyway, he's employed by Divine Renovation, but he's going to be seconded to our parish to be responsible for Alpha and some other responsibilities in our parish. So the position is funded by an outside donor. So that's the situation. It's a bit of a unique situation, but we already have, many of you know Anne-Marie Syme, who is my assistant. She works full-time for Divine Renovation, and she too is seconded to our parish and works, she's embedded within the parish, works within the parish. I know it's a bit irregular, it's a bit extraordinary, perhaps, meaning, out of the ordinary. But we have to be innovative. We have to, with the different involvements that I have, I think it all works out. So I'm giving you this message to ask you to welcome Jim's and his family, who already have become members of our parish. He will begin his role as a staff member at some point in the middle of August, but you will see him around, and we have to be investing in evangelization. Yes, we've had to make some decisions over the last little while in our parish because of lack of resources, but this is going to give us a means to support that ministry in partnership with Divine Renovation, in partnership with Jesus Youth. And I think we've got a lot to receive. All thanks to the real lived catholicity of our church. And as Jim's comes amongst us, I hope that he doesn't have to deal with mosquitoes too much. And well, all I can say is, Komari Sustrashni. God bless.